Hey everyone, today we are going to make banana bread the Julie way. This is my all-time favorite recipe. So we'll start with a half a cup or 1 stick of soft butter. You can also use shortening or margarine, but I feel butter is best. And then we'll add 1 cup of granulated sugar. Now you'll need to cream this together, and it's very important when a recipe calls for creaming the butter and sugar together. That is the first step to a really successful recipe. So cream well. Then we're going to add 2 large eggs. Then we're going to add 1 egg at a time to our banana bread. Today I'm using a hand mixer, but you can surely make this in a stand mixer. It is just as easy. So go ahead, add 1 egg at a time and mix well with your hand mixer. Make sure and scrape the sides and make sure everything is incorporated well. Next, we're going to start on our bananas. The riper the banana, the better. As you can see, the skins look really black, and this is the point where everybody throws them away. But I'm telling you, you should save them and make this recipe. I always like to use a kitchen shear to cut off the ends of my bananas. The skin seems to be really tough, almost like leather when they become this ripe. Go ahead and mash your bananas well. After mashing your bananas, we need 1½ cups of mashed bananas. That's usually anywhere between 3 to 4 regular sized bananas. If you find that you don't have enough ripe bananas, you can always use the fresh yellow ones off your counter to make 1½ cups. But make sure you mash them very well and make sure there are no large chunks in there. If you find that you don't have time to make banana bread but you have ripe bananas, just take them out of the peelings. I like to measure exactly 1½ cups or even ½ cup in each baggie, and these can be frozen. You'll just want to thaw them out prior to adding them to your banana bread. After adding 1½ cups of mashed bananas to your banana bread mixture, go ahead and incorporate well with your rubber spatula. Next, use your hand blender to complete mixing up your batter. After your batter is completely mixed, we will then get our dry ingredients ready. Add 2 cups of all-purpose flour and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. You can substitute out 1 cup of all-purpose flour with whole wheat flour, or you can use Pillsbury gluten-free flour. That works just as well. Next, we'll take our whisk and we will whisk together our dry ingredients. This is taking place of sifting your ingredients. When using a hand blender, I like to add 1 spoonful at a time and take my rubber spatula to incorporate. After you get all the flour incorporated to your banana bread mixture, you can then take your hand mixer and continue mixing it. You do not want to overmix the batter, but you do want to make sure that everything is incorporated. After everything is incorporated, and if you would like to add walnuts to your banana bread, you can do so at this time. Just go ahead and fold them in gently. After cleaning your beaters, make sure to give your bowl 1 more scrape with your rubber spatula to make sure that everything is incorporated. Next, we will prepare our bread pan. This is a normal regular loaf pan, and normally you would bake your bread at 350 for 1 hour to 1 hour and 10 minutes. You can also use mini loaf pans, but you will have to adjust your baking time. I would start at 30 minutes and double check, and then add 5 minutes at a time to your timer. Make sure and grease your pan well. You can either use a solid shortening and use a paper towel to grease the sides. Otherwise, you can use an aerosol spray like I did. I was using canola oil. Next, your pan will go into the oven at 350 for 1 hour and 10 minutes. I would start at 1 hour and then double check it. The way you can tell it is done is by either using a toothpick and inserting it, and if it comes out clean, it is done. You can also press on it with your finger, and if it springs back, you know it's done. That is a good way to either check breads or cakes. By pressing lightly down, if it springs up, it is done. After it sits on the counter for around 10 minutes, run your knife around the edges. Once it comes out of the pan, lay on its side for cooling. Thanks for watching and baking the Julie way.
We like it.